Alright, gentlemen, ladies, Santa Todd here. Haven't done a video in months. We're in the room. I actually dusted the shelves. Everything looked like it was friggin' a deserted home. There was so much dust on everything. And there's still dust on this base for the computer monitor. Oh well, I'm done. I've dusted enough for today. And that's not a drug reference. So, yeah, I had been wanting to do a video. I'd done a few in the car. I wasn't satisfied with them, and so I decided to shoot a video. I was trying to think of what to do, and I remembered something that I've long had that I never dug into to show y'all. And so we're going to go through it real quick, and that's about that. My health, it's been up and down. I had the gastritis, the stomach inflammation on my stomach lining again. I was down with it for about 3 weeks before we got it figured out. I had to switch medications, and then it just seemed like it kept dragging on. It was like 3 weeks or more putting up with it, and I know everybody was putting up with me having to deal with it, but we're back on the right track now. So that's that. My liver is what it is. I don't really think about it day to day. You know, I mean, I just try to eat fairly right again since I got off track with the COVID thing, and that's what we're doing with that. So I'm just trying to knock that shit out of the way so we can delve into the video gameage. Now, as far as like buying video games, I haven't really bought anything in a long time. I bought games at Christmas time last year. I bought Final Fantasy VII Remake and something, Zombie Army 4, and I thought there was another one, but maybe Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man games. I don't know. I bought 2 or 3 games around Christmas time last year, but I never have played them. If you can believe it or not, I've been playing Fallout 4 for months. Because I don't play but a couple hours at a time usually, and a couple, maybe 4 days a week at the most. So my character on Fallout, though, is ridiculous. Leveled up. He's like level 89 or something at this point. So that's what I've been mainly playing, or I play Diablo or something. I recently bought a game called Phoenix Point for the console that had been on Steam and on PC, and they finally released it on console. That was supposed to be made by the same people that made designed and made XCOM 2. So I was kind of interested to see it. I bought it. I started to play it a little bit, but I was like, you're going to get off track with the other games that you're trying to keep up on, and so I just shelved it. So that's the only game I bought since last year around Christmas time was the Phoenix Point, and I just got it as soon as it came out. I ordered it pre-order, and it came, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, you may remember like 2 years ago, literally, no, maybe 3, well, no, there was this Thanksgiving, then the past Thanksgiving I didn't go to my dad's, so Thanksgiving before that, so about 2 years, I went to Thanksgiving at their house before all the pandemic stuff started. I didn't go anywhere for Thanksgiving this year because of my stomach and all that, and I just didn't think I'd be able to handle eating the food, and I just didn't feel up to it, so I didn't go anywhere. But 2 years ago, they had asked me multiple times if I had wanted this old video game stuff that they had from my half siblings, my half brother, my half sisters, that they had, my dad and my stepmom had at the house. They were like, do you want it? And I said, yeah, I want it. And about a year went by, and then finally at Thanksgiving time, they brought it with them in the car trunk, and I got it from. So there's this tub here of stuff, and to be honest, I don't know what's in it other than the fact that I know there's some stuff in it that I bought them way back when I was like 19 years old. I bought some Nintendo stuff for them. It might have been the first console that they ever got, and I bought them a top loader at the time, and I think that top loader might be in this box. I opened it back in the day, like when they gave it to me, but I haven't opened this tub since, so I really don't know what's in it. So we're going to look at it. It's nothing fancy schmancy. It's just memories and a little bit of video game stuff. So I thought we'd check it out. So we'll take the lid off. Oh, well, I'm already surprised about one thing that's in here that I didn't know was in here, or didn't remember. It looks like they had a few different consoles over the years, because there's a couple of PlayStation games in here, and there's a jump pack for a Nintendo 64. No Nintendo 64, but the jump pack. So that leads me to believe that at one point they had one. But anyway, our favorite. This is the thing I bought them when I was 19 years old. The Nintendo plastic is this horrible how it yellows and stuff. Look at this. This is the top loader that I bought them back in the day when I was like 19 years old. I bought it for them for Christmas, brand new at Toys R Us. And it is yellowed severely. My one that I have over there is not nearly as yellow as this. And there's not much you can do about it. So, I guess I could look at it and see which one of them has the worst line, tracking lines down the screen, and whichever one is least messed up, I could put the better of the two tops on. Okay, there's games here. I'm going to get the obvious stuff out of the way. Okay, this says it's a Sony 4.5 volt plug-in. I have no idea what this would be for, other than some Sony product. It's not a cord for a PlayStation, so I'm not sure where that came from. There is a Nintendo RF. Probably the original RF that came with that. I don't see the plug-in for the Nintendo, though. For the 8-bit Nintendo here. For some reason, there's some ratty-ass pair of audio-visual cables where there's a yellow cable separate from the red and white. I'd love to find the old red and yellow cables that go to the Nintendo. I wish I still had a pair, just for the memory of it. Not really that you can't use any audio video cables you can find. So we got those. I'm not sure where they got this, unless I gave them my gun back in the day. There's a Nintendo Zapper. Or I bought one at like a Funko Land or something to give them. Because I know my dad liked the shooting, the duck hunt and the shooting games. So I know that I may have gotten him this gun. I don't remember for sure. If I did, I either gave him my original or okay. Sorry, I'm kind of sore. So anyway, there is in this box. Also, I didn't know this was in here. It is a Super Nintendo, which looks like it's dirty, but it's in pretty good shape. I've got a couple Super Nintendos. I've got one in the box up there, and then I think I've got one or two other ones of these and a mini, like the mini one. There is a Super Nintendo controller, one controller, probably the one that came with it, and a Super Nintendo plug-in, which we know it's a Super Nintendo plug-in because it's got that fat gray end on it. No RF or TV adapter cable for the Super Nintendo. It's like nothing is complete. That's what's funny. Oh, that's cool. Dog bone controller for the 8-bit Nintendo. This is probably original dog bone controller that went with it. It probably only came with one controller. And then there's this controller, which I've never seen one of these before. It's a Nintendo controller, but the cord comes out the side. It says Champ on it, and it's got two turbo buttons and two regular buttons. It's about the size of a Nintendo pad. It feels a lot like a Nintendo pad. I don't really like the placement of that cord on the side, though, because when you're playing like this, then the cord's like in your hand. I'd rather it was up here, but it's kind of neat. Like I said, I usually don't buy off-brand stuff, but that actually feels pretty good and it's not overly, it feels about the size of a Nintendo controller. It's just, I don't know why they picked that weird-ass placement of the cord to come out the side like that. Who knows? So, yeah, I still am interested in video games. The retro stuff, I got a lot of what I wanted. There's a few things here and there for everything, you know. If I could find, there's one 3DO game I still want complete is Who Shot Johnny Rock. They want like $80 on friggin' eBay for a complete copy. Other than that, I mean, there's some random games. I don't really want them, but if I come across them, I would buy for the 3DO. The Super Nintendo, there's nothing I really want for it. Maybe, I think I might have a loose Castlevania 4, but if not, I'd like to get a copy of Castlevania 4, either loose or whatever. My Sega Cd Collection is pretty much where I want it. You know, there's a couple of the Lunar games and Pop Full Mail and a couple other ones, but they're just outrageous anymore for the price you're going to pay. It's not really worth it. I actually saw this guy that's making fucking basically bootleg Sega CD and Sega Saturn games, and it came up in my Facebook scroll, and I went there and I looked. And his stuff is it basically looks like the original stuff. He didn't put any kind of warnings on it that it's replica or anything like that. And I left a comment to the guy and I said, you know you're bootlegging this shit, and it's why you got kicked off of eBay, right? Because he was saying, I had so many positive comments till eBay kicked me off. And I'm like, eBay kicked you off because you're selling bootleg merchandise. You have no authority to sell stuff for profit when you don't own the source data for the games or any, you know, and you're not even putting replica on the packaging or the game. And he goes, well, I'm not doing that because originally I was creating these for myself and I didn't want it to say replica on it. And I said, well, if you're creating stuff for yourself, that's one thing. But when you turn around and sell it, you know, and don't put replica on there, you're being disingenuous. I said, somebody buys a copy of your $50 or $60 Snatcher game and tries to dupe some dude online into paying $800 or $900 for it, you know? It's just ridiculous, which is funny because in that same breath, there's one game that he has that he bootlegs that I really want, and I'm not going to find a copy of it, the original, and it's a Sega Saturn game, and I'm just not into collecting Saturn, but I really want this game, and it's like, you know, even though I think the guy's doing dirty, you know, do I buy the game I want, the replica, just because I want it, you know, I want it, and maybe I can put a sticker on it that says replica or something on the disc or something. But it's Shining Force 3. That's the game that he has, and I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not. I haven't bought it, but because the guy's totally just trying to justify his fucking bullshit, and I go, you're not doing people a service. You're bootlegging merchandise and trying to pass it off as being genuine. And he goes, I'm not passing it off as being genuine. I'm telling you right on the site it's replica. And I go, yeah, but you're not putting it on any of the stuff that it's a replica item. So, you know, you're an idiot. Alright, so now that we're done with that, I'll go ahead and throw at you the couple of here and there's we've got. Here's the PlayStation games. This isn't even in here, but there's a sleeve for a PS1 demo disc, which leads me to believe that they have a PS1 is what they bought, was one of the little PS1s. I don't know if that plug-in's not for a PS1. They have a Dragon Ball Z in a NFL Game Day 2003 case back. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I've never played any of that shit. I'm not saying it's shit. Maybe people dig it. I just don't play it. And then we've got Syndicate Wars, and that actually does have the right back, but no instruction book. Okay. Now we have 2 Super Nintendo games. This one, the label is really boogered on, and that is Super Bases Loaded. That label is really fucked up. Not that I really care about Super Baseball or Super Bases Loaded anyway. And then there's a copy of Super Mario World, but the labels on the back and the front are boogered slightly. They're used. They're not really abused, but that one's got a little rip right there, and it had a sticker or something on the back. So, alright. So now we get into the magic that is... Yeah, I might have bought that gun at Funko Land because I know I bought some games to give them, and I had a couple that I went ahead and gave them. Alright. So I don't think I gave them any of those, so I'll do these first. We've got Mock Rider, good copy, 5-screw. Label looks good. It's got a Nintendo sleeve. It's the only one with a Nintendo sleeve in the whole container. We've got our favorite TNC Surf Designs. It's got a good label on it. I just think it's funny because every time I think of this game, I think of a fellow YouTuber named Vidium and how we used to talk back and forth about how you could find TNC Surf Designs everywhere. And I found a sealed copy at the thrift store for like $1 or $2. I still have it sealed over there. We've got Ultimate Basketball. I was more of a Double Dribble fan myself. Okay, we got football. We got John Elway's Quarterback Club, or not Quarterback Club. How come I always say Quarterback Club? The quarterback. He's showing a little teeth in the picture, and we've got Marble Madness. Also, label's not bad. Championship Bowling. That's a newer game because the label on the back is, I mean, newer as in it was later in the Nintendo's life. 4 players. I think I have that one. I think I had it. I mean, I rehab it now. Greg Norman Golf Power, and it's got a updated label on the back that's gold, and says 4 players on this game as well. This game also contains batteries. Okay. Now these are the games I think I gave them, or I bought at Funcoland. These 2 I know I had, and I gave them my personal copies. These I think I might have bought at Funcoland. So let's do it to it. We got a copy of Golf. Just my dad loved this golf game, so I went in. I know I gave it to him when I gave him the console. I bought him a copy of Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. That's probably why the gun, and the gun I probably got at Funco Land as well, which later got turned into GameStop, I think. Top Gun, not bad. Top Gun was a bear. Major League Baseball, LJN. This is actually one of my favorite baseball games. This one and Tecmo Baseball are my favorite baseball games for Nintendo. Even though everybody likes to bag on LJN, I mean, I think that actually is a good game. So we're getting close to the end here, but the last 2 are, and I gave them these cases too. Kings of the Beach Volleyball, which I know I have. I think I have a box copy over there, a complete copy, but this one I had, I owned it, and I gave it to him. And this one as well, Buena's Blob. The back label's boogered, but the front looks really, really good. So, that is all the stuff that was in that container that they just gave me for the thrill of it. So, I don't know. I'll clean it up at some point or something. Right now, I'm just putting it back in the tub to take up time on the film and keep you guys from leaving. So, anyway, thanks for coming by. Things are going all right. Hope things are going good with you all, and we're doing all right. We're just not doing a bunch of retro collecting anymore, and I don't know how people really interact on YouTube anymore. I've been doing Facebook for a while, and not so much YouTube. But I do check YouTube every day. I check my list of people that I have subscriptions to and stuff. There's still about half a dozen of the original guys that I subbed and was really interacting with that still put up content, but a lot of the guys have gone by the wayside, including myself. So anyway, we'll talk to you later, and thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next video. Hopefully that's a video that's pretty soon, so we'll talk to you later. Bye.